Alright, let's get started. Today's part 2 of Phantasmagoria, and hopefully we can finish that shit today. That was the ending of Dr. Frankenstein by Goblin on their album Rollers. If you love yourself some Italian prog, do yourself a favor, hear that shit. I'll turn the game in a second. Give me 1 second. How you guys doing today? Oh, fuck. 1 second, I forgot to turn on the restream here. There we go. Could be space rock, but I just know it's Italian prog, that's for sure, because that whole album was just bonkers, and I love it. Alright, I don't know if we should give it another minute for everyone else to catch up in here. I'll give like 1 more minute before we start. I just didn't want to drag out the song for too long. So I'll talk a bit about it. So we're going to try to do the second half of the whole game today. It's only 4 chapters if you know what you're doing. Wait, I mean, like, not like it can turn into more than 4 chapters. But this part, since we're going to start at chapter 4, it's going to start off with that tonal shift that I told you about. You're going to visibly see it. Need to shave soon? Oh, this might be a good time for you to shave, because this part here might make you a little bit uncomfortable. So if it starts to turn a bit ugly for you and you don't like seeing it, just walk away, like mute the stream, walk away for like a minute or 2, and then come back. I know that this scene in particular got just a controversy from retailers as well as some people in development. I know Williams' husband, who was the president of the Sierra, was like, "Do we need this scene to happen?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's got to go that level of fucked up, otherwise you're not going to be able to tell the story properly." You know, it's not you. I know you guys aren't pussies, but you gotta know, you gotta give it for that poor one soul who still thinks it's like 1993. He was getting him out in 95. And I am stalling for time, in all honesty, so I think the minute's up now. I don't remember making this. I think it's just a default profile. I'll leave it alone. I'll mute myself.
Leave me alone.
I'm trying not to laugh, but the fact that it's like it's happening, right? And we just see Apple coming like, hello, like what's going on here? It's like fucking Winston from Cat Dog. What's up, guys? Just walks out. I was doing my best to let the scene happen. I unmute myself, and then fucking Sour Apple shows up, and I'm just trying to hold in the piss poor timing of him joining during this scene. And I know you said, oh, you're not a pussy, but if I didn't stall, we would have had this fucking perfect moment with Sour Apple walking in. He would have missed it. Yeah, I just do it out of respect for the context of the story. That's what it is, mostly. It's not like, oh, not again. It's like, oh, I was trying to treat it a little seriously, try to give it that. I know the face is not the best looking in the world for this kind of game, and then your comment of he looks like the average Blockbuster employee, and then that's, for me, because of a delay. It popped up, and then we see the fucking animal noises, like, as it zooms in on his face. We hear the noises, it's like, oh my god, this can't get worse. But if it was hot or intense, it probably wouldn't be on YouTube, or so it would be very awkwardly edited. So let's just wander around this house and see if anything's changed. We need to clear our head. What kind of nonsense you want in? Well, whatever nonsense you wandered into, bro, it's still less convoluted than Fate. Fuck ton less convoluted than Fate. Yeah, and there's probably some random guy who's like, oh, Phantasmagoria, I've heard about this game. They click on it, and I don't know what the fuck they're clicking on. Because knowing my life, I always get those people. Like, see, when a man discovers his inner chimpanzee, he just goes, whoa! And your comment about between the 21st, because I forgot Phantasmagoria had like hard dates on it. At 21st, though, I think that was the weekend I was busy. Yeah, I think that was the weekend I had something coming up. I can't remember. This past month's been a blur. Unfortunately, I cannot remember this thing. Why not go back to the grabby bed after this horrific scene? We need someone to comfort us. I'm just trying to diagonals. Like, I don't think that thing was there last time, the button or whatever shiny. Oh, can I take this? Well, I'm sitting in Casino Night Zone, drove back to the office and back because the customer brought some fresh mozzarella from my dad. Ooh! Your customer's hooking you up. That's a good customer.
In your room. Where did you get it?
Why, Zoltan, what do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. Gaston gave it to you, didn't he?
No! I bought it when we were in London last month.
I'm not a fool, Marie. I've been watching. When he looks at you, you smile and blush. And he's always hovering around you backstage.
But you're wrong, Zoltan. He's just a friend, that's all.
I don't want him here tomorrow night.
But he's your prop man. He has a right to be at your party. Please, don't accuse me of this. Believe me, Zoltan. I love you. Only you.
I want to believe you, Marie. I do.
To quote Christopher Lee, but why take a chance? And he throws him into the fire. You fool! It's a scam! You've lost all that jewelry! Like the owner of the restaurant comes out with the bucket of water buffalo milk with hands in front of you. I'm sorry, the way you describe it, I thought like coming to you with like his hands cupped full of water buffalo milk instead of like a. So he fit a bucket's worth in those jumbo hands of his. Interesting question. What's the most intense sex scene in a non-SFW piece media scene? That's tough. I mean, like, in terms of like visceralness and violence, or just the intensity? Because it's usually like one of those anti-porn things, like show how fucked up the industry is. Like, was it like 8mm? Was that what it was called with was it Nicolas Cage in that movie? Because that one gets kind of fucked up.
Hey, I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, Harriet. I forgot all about it.
The gnomes are back.
Yeah, ma'am. Tell me what to do.
Well, let's see. Kitchen dishes need washing. Our bed needs to be made. Bathroom needs cleaning.
Oh, that face. But you
Furniture
said
needs
that.
polishing, and this floor needs sweeping.
I'll get right on it. Anything else?
Was I supposed to give her something? I'm not sure, actually.
Oh, by the way, I see you carrying around that newspaper. You want me to throw it away for you?
Please, would you?
She's gonna eat it, bro. Don't trust her. I think I was supposed to give her something. Because the way that cutscene paused, it was like I was supposed to give her something. I mean, but in terms of like just intensity, maybe I actually, at least as far as I'm aware off the top of my head, it might actually have to be from Terminator 1. Like, they know like that Reese is not gonna make it. So of course, when you know your husband's not gonna make it, you decided to bring a John Connor into this world. Dracula American Reunion? Oh right, all the nudity in Dracula, right? I forget. Cause there's like 3 or 4 parts of it. My brain makes it like one long scene in my head, and I'm like, I know that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Yeah, because I'm trying to think of it where it's not like horror sex, or it's like a. I'm thinking just like normal ass sex, if that makes any weird sense. Yeah, with the brides, yeah. I guess it kind of just shows like where our minds are when it comes to this kind of thing, you know, like. Yeah, because the scene in question here is based off of the fact that this was a 1v1 scene. Well, that's terrible. 1v1 round 1 fight. That's not what I meant. Slip of the tongue, man. Nothing new here. Well, I guess I might as well check on them, see if they're actually doing the chores, or she's eating that newspaper like a goddamn goat. The book is more implied they had sex? Well, they had to in the book, because that was like, what, like late 1800s or mid 1800s, I forget. And the violence was a more shocking thing. People were like, oh my god, the atmosphere is too scary. Some critics complained. The atmosphere is too scary that I can't finish the book. The atmosphere. Like, why drink Gary Owen's blood out of his love? Yeah. '97, 1897. Forget. Don't know why they pause it right here. They're not here. That's interesting. That's like the old approved version, right? Supposedly, from what I've been reading. Oh damn! I gotta go around. All right. I gotta see here. I forgot. Oh, we didn't check this thing. Right. There wasn't one episode of Tales from the Crypt, technically. No, wait, no, that's... Wait, does it count? No, I don't think that one counts. The one where he meets the chick at the party? Come on, Chris Redfield, press X to jump.
Too far. That'd be a long jump.
You didn't even try. Break those ankles. Break those ankles. Gotta go the long way around. Jeez. Yeah, we have the skip animation button. One thing I hated about this Blue's Clues point and clicks is that you could not skip that walking animation. It was like torture. Just, ugh. Bottom line, Keanu Reeves was the luckiest male actor in the 90s when in the 60s he was in. That's your mom. That fucking line. Just saying, bro, it'll be fun. I know it's not possible at all, but if they set like John Wick, like an entire like what's it called, like 30, 40 years after Dracula takes place, you know, someone would have made an insinuation of like, oh, one of his brides was one of those vampires, man, you know? So man, vampire wife, supernatural dog, like, so that's part of Order. It's 86. it never got a sequel for the Order 86 with them hunting Teen Wolf. Because that one Michael J. Fox impression is probably too damn much ever since Back to the Future the game came out.
Yeah, you stupid cat.
No!
Didn't want to play with you is all. You stupid kitty cat. I run away and all I want to do is play.
Cyrus? Cyrus, what are you doing?
Nothing.
You're gonna eat the cat, bro. Come on.
What were you doing with my cat?
I was just playing with it is all.
Cyrus, don't play with him. Okay?
The second first trainer is one of the best shot ones alongside Top Gun and Highlanders, yeah. But I think because of the circumstance around Terminator is why I think I put it up a bit higher. Because again, it's a case of you go back in time to protect the future of salvation, and you end up being the daughter. Sorry, you end up becoming the father of your best friend, who is the salvation of humanity. Best Shot 1, the music, the tension, the fact that Reese knows he's not going to make it out alive, and then that's when Sarah Loki kind of has her turning point. Like it's like the chips are finally laying out there, so when she finally takes command in that last showdown, it just makes perfect fucking sense. Yeah. A werewolves from Europe are as hard to take down in the New World. It's because there's a lot of mythology that gets added. It's like Dracula. Like old school Dracula was just stake through the heart, chop off the head. Then they added metal in some versions, and then for some reason with Wolf's Bane they added garlic. With the worst one was like the Hypercell Night thing, when it was like you go outside, he barely like goes up in flames, like the fucking Minions movie. I'm gonna keep moving. American Werewolf in Paris. Defeat the new threat or receive the fact for your continental counterpart. Yeah, R1886 has a lot of cool ideas. I mean, if I'm not the biggest, steampunk or Paris aesthetic fan. But even though it's not my thing, I like to see these new IPs work, because I can take ideas from them if they work or if there's something I like. But if a lot of them are just kind of that's the point.
Hi, Cyrus. What you doing?
Ma told me to cut some wood for you.
That was awfully thoughtful of your mother.
Yeah.
It's never too late to make an American werewolf in Rome. You need the right director.
Cyrus? I was just, is everything alright?
Yeah.
Good.
How can I talk to him? I need to talk to him somehow about to get across to the other side. So this is the third one I gotta talk to him maybe about. Let me see.
Cyrus? I was just, is everything alright?
Same animation. So how do I get to talk to him? Do I have to go back and get something from that little, I think it's a crypt that was back there. Why are you not like to do things that we make them? They have to be good. Well, that's half true. They have to also meet this goddamn list of like 72 different criteria, and then they're judged if they're good. The game can't be made in China. The game can't have this thing. Can't be made by this company. Can't be made by that. And once you finally pass that barrage, then they judge you if you're good or not. And even then, you could still not pass that test if there's some 80s or 90s or 2000s IP that did the same thing even better. So you ultimately can't just be good. You have to be good enough to stand alongside the original. And that's not easy, because a lot of these big IPs, people forget how many fucking failures there were. For every, what's it called? For everything like Halo, you forget how many Blinks the Cats, how many fucking Conker's Bad Fur Days, the Xbox remastered one, how many other exclusives had to fail for Halo to stand and survive that test of time. Like, everyone likes Fire Emblem, yeah, but how many people remember Golden Sun? No, we were there earlier. Stupid Tom Arnold uploaded 2000 prevented John Landis from returning his parents. Also didn't return for the Coming to America sequel. I forgot that even had a sequel. Where's that little I want that fortune cookie, the lady. The diagonals in this game, bro. Let's see what the new fortune is. Maybe if you didn't grab that. Golden Sun is so good that when they had them as assist trophy, everyone was like, yo, they're gonna put him in the next game. It never fucking happened.
Keep your secrets to yourself. Trust no one.
Okay, let me try something. There might be an item in the crypt we have to get and then bring it back to Cyrus. If not, we just have to go back there and then come back to him to trigger that. Yeah. Sometimes these point and clicks, yeah, again, a little finicky with the order. And we're just someone like me who plays too much Sonic as a kid, and you learn, like, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you get the right pieces. The game's like, nah, fam, you gotta go do it in order. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean I can't put the freaking tomato sauce on top of the cheese? It's still a pizza, damn it. I'll put more cheese on at the end. The more, the merrier. The merrier. The murmur. Best game, but the least popular? Fire Emblem was LVFA for the longest time. Yeah, it really was. It's from the Shining Force guys? That explains it. Because the best game is the least popular because it ultimately does the thing a lot of things do. You have to hard commit. When you hard commit, you're going to be one of those small, dedicated bases that will never, ever stand out compared to the Giants. I'm trying to think of a good example here. It's like, think of Ace Combat. Ace Combat's a great flight sim game. Lots of games have copied it. But compared to the War Thunder community, they're two very different games, but War Thunder commits to the whole realism angle of the thing. But that's never going to be as popular as, you know, just someone who wants to casually pick up a plane and play. Wrong way. Okay, there's that kitchen again. Let me just... Kitchen here. I think the kitchen's this way. We're getting it. We're getting it. Let's talk to him again, see what happens here. Hopefully he has something new.
Cyrus?
Huh?
I was just, is everything alright?
Yeah.
How did I mess up? Did I mess something up? Oh, I think I know what's wrong. I think I have to walk to the tree and then he'll know how to do it. Unfortunately, yeah, I think I have to talk to, not talk to the tree, but like try to go back to that ledge there. Sometimes, oh god. This way? I think, yeah, this way. Alright, come back here. Anything else here? I'm legit trying to remember how I got to the damn tree. This is it, right? No, that's not, this is not the tree. Maybe it's from this angle. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're starting out the stream. We're already stuck here. This is not bueno. Because I'm just praying it's something in the wrong order. What if you the places that put cheese on top of salt and toppings? Yeah. That sounds pretty fun. Ah, shit. That's one of those tiny little arrows that I fucking forget. Come on, get back through here. Which way did I go? Did I go this way? It was this way, right? There we go. Wait. No, this is new. This is new. Every time I think I know this, it just...
Too far to walk to town.
Oh,
Take the car.
that's the car. Never mind. Now you gotta get your steps in. That's. Give me a sec here. I was just here a second ago. The lack of ambiance is not fucking helping either. Let's just cut through. Like, just cut through. Here. Get through here. Get through there. Okay, walk in a circle. That's not good. Okay. That's there. So, where is that back tree at? Where was that back tree at? Like, oh my god, like. Here we go. Is it this way? Yeah, like this way. Then what? Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. That's what I need to do. All right. That's what we need to come here for. Because there's got to be something I can tell him about that thing, you know. Because I feel like I'm hoping I didn't fuck up the order, because that would be incredibly messed up. Start over this chapter. Not too much, but still, you know. Yeah, hopefully he knows about this now.
Cyrus?
Huh?
I was just, is everything alright?
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, no, cut the tree down, yeah, because I think you have to get Cyrus to do it. I don't think I can take the axe. Like, there's no item I can click here to take. See, you click on him? Yeah, but no, wait. Wait. No, wrong item. Yeah, I know we have to cut down the tree, but the game's not going to let me just take his axe. I think I have to ask him for it. But it's not letting me talk to him. He's supposed to trigger like a cutscene or something. Let me check the house, unfortunately. I might have to... If not, I'll restart the chapter and I'll just go and run down straight to him. It's a shame that this thing had to fucking happen. Upstairs quickly, let's check one more time. No, not the grab room, not the grab room. Go back. This room here? No, I don't think so. Yeah, unless there's some other item that I need that I don't have yet. So. As for the axe, the thing is that this isn't a typical point-and-click adventure where I can pick dialogue options sometimes. If there's no dialogue option present, or if it doesn't do that pause thing like with the lady earlier, it won't let me do it. I can only really respond in this game by giving items and stuff and the like. So there's no way I can take like a picture of the tree, I don't think. That's the big problem here. Like if I come here, like this, because see, like for example, there's no red icon for me to click on the tree, which is just the jump was too far. So we're supposed to talk to Cyrus or something like that. Actually, let's try the hint thing out.
Take in the view from the highest room in the house.
Like that, like how was I supposed to figure that I got to go to the highest room in the house? Which we know where that secret 4th floor is. Yeah, I was never gonna figure that out. Like, not logically. If I was just like, let me wander around and wander back and go, hey, let's check this place out again. Maybe something new is here. But I would have never like logically and intrinsically have thought of that answer. I would have done it just out of like, let's just check everything, like the Scooby-Doo cartoon, you know. Which means that's done. It's this one, right? That's our bedroom. Go back. It's this one. No, it's not. Wait. No, it's a little closet thing. Thingamajig. Yeah. It means it's this one. I'll keep saying this one until we get it. Okay, we go back in here. No, there's another room in here. There we go. I can't ask him a question. The game won't let me ask nothing. All right. Okay, we gotta go back. We gotta go to that place. What's it observatory? Greenhouse, I think. All right, so we got that there. We see it there. Okay.
Someone has seen everything on this island.
Yeah, I'm not. If you tap him, it doesn't repeat. If you tap him again, the hints just get easier and easier. So I don't want to do that. Oh, have you heard of Detroit style? Who could have seen everything? It can't be Cyrus. No, they're telling us to go to town and ask that man again. Possibly. We'll go to town. If not, we'll just come straight back here. I thought I had this in the bag, but no, I don't. The game's still fucking with me. Just get out of here. Let's try asking him now. Hopefully he can help us now. If not, we'll go back to town and get something. Or talk to the man again. Hopefully it changes.
Cyrus? When I was in the tower room, I could see a little building in the woods.
There we
I
go.
was wondering, have you seen it?
Yeah. It's over there.
Well, can you show me the way?
Well, the trail's all washed out. Usually what I do, I just jump over it.
But where is it, Cyrus?
Over there. Oh, okay. I'll show you. Come on, follow me.
My man left me behind, bro. Oh my god. This man, if it's not supernatural, I don't know what he is. Yeah, I would have never figured that the fuck out. Wait, that was back with... Nah! Walking in... Wait. Just the way back in the front of the house. Let's see. I was completely fine with Memorize yesterday. What the hell happened to me? There he is. He's in Grey's Anatomy? Because these guys are like from like Pennsylvania, I think, when these of the two, the Gnome and Cyrus in Georgia.
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you.
I'm sorry, Cyrus. I tried to hurry.
Oh, that's okay. See? There it is. Just like I told you. Come on.
This could do weekend too. Crack.
Oh, I don't know, Cyrus. Looks kind of dangerous. Is there another way?
No. Oh, look out. I can fix it.
Are you gonna really push that through? You're not gonna chop it down? He pulled a Beetlejuice. Oh my god. He pulled a Beetlejuice. Nice fucking model.
Yeah, Cyrus.
Show the view. You make it look like it crushes body.
There you go.
You're amazing, Cyrus. I can't believe you did that.
Of course I did. I'm strong. See?
Wow. Boy, you are strong.
Yeah, I know. Ma always tells me that I'm more muscles than brains.
Yeah, well, your mother was right, Cyrus.
Heck, it ain't nothing. I gotta go.
Kill them all, Jason. Kill them all, Cyrus. Go make mother, bro. Speaking of nice models, ladies, pretty stacked. Oh, the funny thing about the casting for this game is that Miss Williams, who wrote the script, she had approval to cast everyone. The only person who she did not cast herself was the lead actress, funny enough. Miss Adrian over here. So yeah, and Miss Williams was like, did you pick the right lady? And then she sees the audition tape. She's like, okay, you made the good call. You made a good call. So yeah, the one person that Miss Williams herself didn't actually pick was the protagonist and just winds up selling it well enough. Here's Adrian on the bartender of his own namesake bar, Joe's. That's pretty cool. Go from a theater student who just gets picked up on for cheap for this innovative CG project. You end up being on one of the most popular American dramas for like a decade. That's not a bad way to go. If he saved up his money, then he's probably set for a good time. And just for this, we're saving the thing here. Wait, I just want to see. About halfway. So yeah. She kind of reminds me. Was her name? What was her name? Miss Carrie. Was it Carrie Waller or was it Carrie Green? I forget. From who played Sonya in Mortal Kombat 3. Carrie Hoskins. Carrie Hoskins, yes. And she still looks good today. Like, she's got 3 kids, her loving husband. She does martial arts. It's like, you do not look 60. Like, you look great. You still do the kicks and flips and everything. Malcolm is the voice of the Sultan in Aladdin. Santa in Ernest Saves Christmas. Yeah, the old man who... That's probably why we didn't see Malcolm's face. Wait, no, go back. Get up. I want to see the beach side. Yeah, I don't think anyone wants to see Santa as over this 100-year-old decrepit man like the freaking Crypt Keeper, you know? I'm gonna come back for this. I'm gonna check out the coastline first. Yeah. Praise Allah, Bush. Hit the gym, lady, or at least find some WD-40. If only we still had that. If only we had that. Hold up a second. This.
Oh, it's missing a lens piece.
Is this the lens piece?
A tarnished brass lens piece.
Let's put this over there. Better well. Oh no, I'm not gonna sing that shit. Now let's look at the damn thing. Please show us the inside. It is like those old school I Spy games. Treasure hunt.
What's that other window there by the tower room?
A whole extra door we haven't found yet. Okay, now let's go in here, and let's figure out. We get that little trowel here. Oh, we got a big old cutscene coming up. Tell me that stunning resolution. Furt Gully, Ghosts 2, and Amadeus. He's the koala in the Rescuers, alright.
Zoltan, what are you doing here?
He has a really good resume, yes.
Did you want something? Why did you... Sultan. Sultan. Lead me to my plants.
Yes.
When I first screen using Happy Wheels, either that's her screen or she sold it to a stock screen. Because, you know, unfortunately, as experimental as Sierra is, they went down after some time, you know.
Oh my god.
It's unintentionally funny. I think it would be better to have the pot here and then have her touch the trowel than have that flashback, but that's just me. Tame slasher kill compared to Friday Nightmare. Twice point. Oh no, there are some more grisly kills, but it gets worse as or gorier throughout as the chapters evolve. Because this one was trying to actually, you know, have pacing like a proper Hollywood film, while Harvester was just, you know, batshit insane off the fucking bat. Which is part of why I like it a bit more than this game, even though this game is better made and better designed. In Chapter 7, the 5, 6, 7, that's where they really saved the budgets. Because, I mean, you seen that? You seen the prop room that the magician left there? The electric chair, the Iron Maiden. That does come into play. Nitro has a panic moms too, I mean, because think about it. It's like, what's the worst that could happen to these kids left at home? They're being abducted and shit. Everyone's like, I am not leaving you home alone. They thought it'd be some happy-go-lucky Kevin McAllister shit. And it's like, nah, bro, this is an episode of Dateline NBC you're trying to stop from happening. ESRB is less forgiving, but how do I word this? ESRB is more strict than the MPAA, but you can cheese your way through the ESRB. Because MPAA, you don't have to release your film with a rating. That's why Terrifier doesn't have a rating. ESRB, you have to send up like a certain amount of length. I think it's like a 5-minute video of what your game contains. So if you know what to send and what not to send, you could get a T rating when you should be M. But if you send the wrong thing, you can get an M rating when you should be a T. It depends what the ESRB sees. So you literally can cheese your way through the ESRB. In PA, I mean, with Saving Private Ryan, because of the message, you know, they gave it an R rating when it should have been NC-17 if you're going by equal violence standards, you know. I mean, yeah, of course you don't need it to, but there's I think there's a difference. It's like this. Yeah, it's true, but think about it this way. There's a difference, though. When's the last time you personally have seen a film with no MPAA rating in a cinema? You probably haven't, unless you were explicitly looking for a particular independent film. Where with video games, you don't need that if you're on PC. If you're on a console, however, which is what the majority of gaming has been for the majority of people up until recently, I mean, like this generation, now that PC gaming wasn't a big thing. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy Friends didn't have an MPAA, didn't have an ESRB rating when it came out, but guess what? It had to get one to come on the Switch store, and the Xbox and the PlayStation store. What's this man doing here?
You must be installing the phone.
Hi. Yeah, I'm Mike. Your caretakers let me in.
Oh, great. I'm going nuts without a phone.
Hello, Animate.
Yeah, I can understand that. This is quite a place you got here, man.
Adrian. Yeah, it is quite a place, isn't it?
I better get back to work.
Okay.
So, surprisingly, the man's one of the better upper half of these actors. Yeah, Primitive War had no rating, because sometimes, because it's like, if you take a non-rating and you go for who's going to hell, it's going to see your movie, or same with a video game, if you go with no rating, and you know it's in the game, then you're fine. But a lot of people sometimes will just use like, oh, my kid can't do this, or want to see that, or it's got to be this reason for this rating. Like, if I say a movie that's rated, let's say, R for violence, you would kind of expect a certain amount of visceralness in your violence, if that makes sense. Like Scarface, that's a good amount of R-rated violence. But if the violence is only one person dead and it's just a regular old headshot, very quick, very to the point, you're going to be like, that was kind of tame for an R rating. You know, there's a certain kind of expectation set by ratings. Was the store was open last time? I don't think so.
Adrian! Who is that woman? Who is she?
That's Harriet.
I don't want her around our house, so you had better get rid of her.
Video games were never under the Hays Code, correct. Remember, it wasn't until Mortal Kombat and a couple of gambling simulators that came out that's when the ESRB was formed. And it was supposed to be the case of, it's more of a guideline than a hard rule. But most people use guidelines as hard rules because that's just how people operate. What was supposed to be a subtle expectation of inevitably will just turn into this is what I do because it's been so damn reliant and consistent all this time. Yeah, it's true, but then again, think about how wide, I mean, we've complained about this before, how PG films are like PG-13 is the new PG and how wide that range of PG-13 can be. Like, because you can have basically barely like PG-13 like a Marvel film, and then you can have PG-13 where it's like, you're kind of pushing it to do it. Chris was never interested as movies with the games. True, that is true, but at the end of the day, it's still a multi-million-dollar business, and as long as you have video games that get books, and those get turned into movies, and back into comics, and that gets turned into video games again, it's still going to be tangentially connected one way or another. It's always fun for me to see like, all the R-rated films in America come to Japan as like rated G or PG kind of films, and then you have movies that are like rated G in Japan that come over and like rated R in America. It's like some of them are pretty consistent, like Saw, where it's like 16, 17 plus across the board. And you got fucking shit like Ghost. And Ghost of Shield's like rated fucking G. Okay, doing a night trip, we got Rainbow in the States, yeah. G is effectively extinct because kids demand crude humor. But yeah, there was something about the 2000s where they chose to, like, it was like right after the quote-unquote Dark Age of Disney had died. In the second Dark Ages, you know? Atlantis, Treasure Planet, all that stuff. Where they chose to tighten up the standards. And that's why you can't get away with much shit nowadays. That's why Hunchback of Notre Dame can get a rated G back in the 1990s. But then today, that would probably get you PG-13. Though I love crude humor. Yeah, it's the thing. It's like, you can't make a rating that's unrealistic. Like, at this point, only baby films get G rating. I mean, Finding Dory, the sequel to Finding Nemo, that got a PG rating. When the original was rated G. I think Monsters University was also rated PG when the original was rated G. It was totally similar. I think Cars is the only one of all these new Pixar films to come up with a consistent G rating across the board. Cars. No, that's not true. That's not true. Toy Story is the other one. Yeah, not every story needs it. Yeah. It's about what's best for your story. Too many people have the thing where, like, everyone's got to be... There's a joke they did in Be Kind Rewind where every movie is either a comedy or a drama when they had their rental shop. Because it's usually how it is. If it's not horror or romance, it's usually just a comedy or a drama. At least how they put on the fucking thing. And you have Netflix who have like these weird tags like, because you enjoyed, you know, what's a funny tag like? Because you enjoyed stoner protagonists movies, and then it gives you a whole custom playlist based on that one particular trope. It's like it's its own fucking genre. Put this back. Get in there. I was thinking Bloom NC-17 films. Yeah, because think about it, because the reason why nobody wants NC-17 is because you're basically going to be put in the same wall behind those porno videos. Like, imagine this. Imagine if you had to go behind a porno curtain to rent a copy of Scarface. Because it did get that X rating, that NC-17 rating. And then De Palma just like, it told them, like, make a few edits. De Palma just turned back the original tape. They said it was good, and they only found out afterwards that they had been bamboozled. That's why nobody does that shit anymore. It's not worth it. It's why some movies like Love, Blood, Caution. Oh, I think it's a Chinese spy film about World War II. That one had 2 cuts. It had an NC-17 cut to get rid of all like the sex scenes, the explicit sex scenes that actually still have plot-related information to the movie. And then they also had an R-rated cut, which you could still follow. So you get the most of it. You need to see the NC-17 cut, but of course it was the R-rated cut that got the theatrical release, because NC-17 is a death sentence. I mean, and nowadays especially, you can just look up porn anytime you want on your phone, whereas you have to, like, you know, show your ID at the movie theater or a rental service with a passcode and on your account or whatever to watch those NC-17 films. So nowadays it's even harder to watch those films, at least assuming you're going through proper legal channels. And I say that because that's how those people make their money. You could pirate those films always, but you do that, they're not going to make a fucking cent. You may think it's a good film and want to give them your money, but you'd have to go and still show your ID for that shit. Mostly, yeah, violence was the easy way to get NC-17 rating. Atlantis is PG to how many people are applied to be killed. Correct. Atlantis was PG, but to be completely fair, that film, that's an appropriately rated PG film. Like, people get, like, the King of Atlantis gets fatally stabbed. A lot of people die. A high, heavy death count. It's played more straight and realistic versus, you know, the typical whimsical cartoony. Like when they tried to sink Aladdin in the first Aladdin film, you know, with the anchor and all, it was still kind of played a bit cartoony, somewhat for laugh, with the genie trying to help him, like, come here. Like, kid. Said, I wish I was free. And the genie's like, nah, he's gonna die. And he helps him anyways. Yeah, it's shit like that. It's how you play it. Straight up versus comedic is another thing too. Wait, homemade chili, slow cooked for 9 bro, stop. That sounds divine. Blonde, the overly sensationalized on Rope was NC-17 was made for Netflix. Yeah, it's one of those weird ones. I think they just assume that when you have an account and have your information, they can verify it probably. Or it's an honor system. But yeah, Netflix is also, to be fair, the biggest streaming service. So they can kind of afford to pull that shit. Because imagine that with Tubi. I don't think you're going to get that with Tubi. R-rated films, no problem, but... Push about with the Vital Bones Gorgons.
September 14th.
It was the butt of the rifle. It was the rifle buddy
1889.
He got hit with, yeah.
Dear Diary, I grow increasingly fearful of Zoltan. I feel the burn of his eyes upon me as he watches my every move. Did my little girl have such fears? Did she suffer when he snuffed out her baby life? How could people believe him when he said it was an accident? It was no accident. But, dear Diary, Zoltan wasn't always like this. I remember, not so long ago, when he was loving and gay.
What?
I was overjoyed when Sophia was born. I know, I remember. But after his trip to Paris last year, he changed. Something happened to him. I don't know what. Now, all I have left are my plants. I spend most of my time in my greenhouse, as far away as I can get from Zoltan's ever-watchful eyes.
I'm just laughing because, you know, because words have changed their meaning. It was like, he was happy, he was gay, he went to Paris, he came back demonically possessed. That's one hell of a life story on Wikipedia, if you ask me. Moral story, avoid Paris. You could tell it feels like it's a very 90s, like, Stephanie Myers kind of thing. No, what am I saying? No, that's the wrong name, sorry. Why am I saying Stephanie Myers? That's fucking Twilight lady. Why am I saying that shit? Like, I see another name in my head, but Stephanie Myers just came out. I don't know what it was. I know you can hear me eating. What else am I supposed to fucking do? Die? Actually, infinitely more than last year. Danielle Steele. 10 kids showing up for trick-or-treating. Hello, Omni. Welcome. It's fine if you're asleep, bro. At least you're well rested. Alright, let's go see. Mute the damn mic. No, one day I will just get like the worst bag of like the crappiest salt and vinegar chips and just turn up the mic to piss you off. So you can hear every salt crystal grind against my goddamn teeth. If it's those long ass cutscenes, I'll mute myself like this.
Filthy son of a bitch. You stay away from my wife. Just what are you accusing me of, sir? I know exactly what you're doing here.
John, shut up! I think you better leave.
Don't you ever tell me to shut up.
You're welcome, man. Let's save here. Why is that the most boomer thing you can write? You invite your boomer neighbors over to complain about your neighbor for 7 hours? Do they have a Tupperware party at the same time?
$8:30?
You went to bed with your sneakers on. You dirty hoe. For your thing about the cop one, there's this certain software, I forget if it's NVIDIA who makes it, where it's able to like recognize your voice patterns. And it can actually remove a lot of little kind of breathing. But it's gotten so advanced that you know how your tongue makes very subtle clicks and like it hits your teeth and all that stuff. It can do that. It can remove that. I think Maximilian Dude had that at one point. But then it was starting, when he was playing with the arcade stick, it was registering the arcade stick as backup noise. So it was actually removing his button impresses, and everyone was like, yo, Max, what's wrong with your stick? How the boomers? Lucky protest. Brah, we're doing fine. Of course, one of us has, costume one of us has to celebrate. Captain Crunch Chick. Captain Crunch Chick. That sounds super cursed, bro. Is it like just the yellow parts of Captain Crunch? Or is it like with the marbles and everything? If it's just the yellow parts, I can low-key see that, but you may as well use something like fucking Kix, bro. It's much corny, it's less sugary, easier to turn into a powder. Unless you're trying to do like some baked fried chicken kind of thing. In that case, just use cornflakes. Suppose it was easier like 8 times. You say 1. No. No, this is what. There's one I'm supposed to click like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. One of these is supposed to like 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Try. Yeah, it's supposed to be an Easter egg here. If you click on a certain amount of times, it changes the sound effect. So I did it wrong. Just the yellow parts, okay. Yeah, sweet and addicting. Okay, good. Cause I was gonna be like, cause some people make some bullshit. Like, what was that thing that Movie Bob made where he made the fucking Mountain Dew chicken? Like, don't get me wrong, that could work, but it's Movie Bob making it, and you have to be more Mountain Dew than chicken. It's like, where'd the chicken go? The Mountain Dew dissolved it. Right, Captain Crunch your mouth will probably keep it away. Ada, you got out of a fuck ton of milk, bro. Like, if you can survive tricks, you can survive Captain Crunch. I think tell me we should check this room again. Oh, that's different. I never had Captain Crunch much, but I liked it a few times I had it. Don't be touching wall holes and shit, bro. We've been over this.
Tonight for you a special feast, Regina. I prepared all your favorites. Mmm. Doesn't this look delicious? For starters, giblets in a rich red marinara sauce. Sweet and sour tripe.
Ugh, tripe. That's the worst part.
Still hungry? Scrambled brains? Oh, yeah.
You picked up the intestines, man. They ain't brains.
Delightful. Yes.
That's some good death eyes. I'll give her that. Pretty good, huh? Yeah, that's what I mean. They get more grotesque, and you can see we went from just a little trowel stabbing to Hannibal Lecter being like, "You should have invited me over for dinner."
There you are.
What is it, Cyrus?
It's Ma. She told me to tell you to come to the barn.
Wait. What for, Cyrus?
I think it has something to do with, the seance.
Oh, wait, Cyrus. I have these tarot cards I found in the house. I thought maybe your mother might like them.
Oh, darn right she would. These are beautiful.
What did we get here? Oh, we got the gem from earlier, right?
An antique cameo brooch.
Oh. Let's move it here. Okay. Yeah, Doug Walker has embraced being a meme. Like, have you seen the videos about him, like, react to the OniNG impression of him, as well as him being on SpongeBob? That's great. I absolutely love it. He's owned up to being a human meme, and I love it. But when did Cinema Snob leave Channel Awesome? Because I follow the Snob on Instagram, and sometimes he and Doug still post together for pictures at conventions. Like, there's no bad blood, apparently. If there is, they're doing a damn good job at hiding it. Oh, sorry, you type.
We are watching you. You are not alone. I'm beginning to feel alone.
Bro, Movie Bob, you say eugenics supporting racist weirdo. Let me tell you how bad Movie Bob is. You can say what you want about the world and everything, but when you unironically believe that Christianity, Western religion, is the primary reason why you don't have a Star Trek Utopia, I was like, bro, even if we had a Star Trek Utopia, your fat ass would still be too big to go to space. But then again, he also considered the console wars his personal Vietnam. The Mario Brothers 3 thing was like ingrained into his brain like 9/11. That he wrote that himself. The worst part is I was reading the clips of his book on Reddit one time. And the guy's like, yeah, you see all this nice indentation and formatting? I had to do that because it's just one long-ass paragraph, his book. And I'm like, oh, no. And he's one of those people who hates the 90s because, well, he was a big, fat, overweight, acne-ridden geek in the 90s. I'm like, I get it, fine. You didn't have to like the 90s because it wasn't the best for you. Wait, to the barn. But don't act like the entirety of the 90s was the downfall of Western civilization because you didn't have the best hand of luck in high school, junior high school. Crap. That's not it. It's that little tiny side thing I always forget. Right here we go. That's what I might have. No! He's going to eat us.
Ma! She's here!
Welcome, oh, seeker of the spirit world.
Hello, Harriet.
Please, have a seat. Let the seance begin! Oh, elusive spirits of the netherworld, heed us now. Talk to us, oh shades of darkness. Give us a gleam of your essence. Give us a sign of your spiritual being.
I think they're biting.
Oh, restless souls, this poor gal seeks answers to questions unknown. You just got to...
Oh no!
Jesus!
Was greedy and foolish and opened the door to the dark dimension. I released an obscenity, an entity of pure evil. It had been contained. But now the pestilence is free to infect once more. You are the chosen one. Only you can send it back. Find the dragon. It will show the way.
What happened? Where's Cyrus?
You don't know?
No what?
Harriet, you did it. You really did it.
You're not pulling my leg now, are you?
No, I wouldn't do that.
That's never happened before. Diggity! Oh, Cyrus! Cyrus! I did it! I really did it!
Alright, let's check up on chat now that flubber diet cutscene is in here. Yeah, Adrian's been on for 10 years, still at it, he's beat all the controversies. And John Tron always rarely makes vids anymore. John Tron's, to be fair, John Tron has always been that way. He's always preferred making more smaller, less videos, but they're better, higher quality. But as a result, the quality is much more consistent. Assuming you're watching him for his comedy, and you only didn't watch it because he covered video games. Because some people, as soon as he stopped covering video games, they stopped watching JonTron. That's just what happens. It'd be fun to watch Henya watch with James on AVG and Content Monster Madness at his top down 30 favorite films. What she should do for the 30 favorite films, write down her top 10 30 and then see how they stack against his top 30. Like what's number 30 versus what's number 1, and if they agree or disagree to an extent. That'll be fun. Because you're not just going like, good choice versus bad choice. It's like, oh, okay, I can kind of see why. I can see why it's a number 25 position kind of film. Guillermo, is that you? Lol. Locales, everyone hates them, pies them, or mocks them. Hassan's got support, but that's different. That's because Hassan, politically, is a part of a fringe ideology. And fringe ideologies don't have many supporters, but they have the most diehard ones. For context, if you want to compare it to a non-political example, look at Spoonie. Spoonie has a bunch of fringe fans who are still waiting for him to come back in the second coming of Christ. Even though it gets more unlikely by the day. Let's say we toss this. But the thing about the AVGN controversies, well, the big one was the Ghostbusters one, right? But I think the reason why he's able to weather that is because he knew how to word it. Like for starters, he said, I don't want to call it the all-female Ghostbusters, but the... One second, did my mouse die? Don't tell me the game glitched. One second here. Let me try here. One second, guys. Let me try something quickly. Okay, I think my mouse died. Let me change the battery. Unfortunately, that just happened. Thought my game froze for a second. So I should have saved that cutscene like right after. Let's try it now. Mouse, where are you at? Mouse. Oh, yeah, I'll plug the mouse, damn it. Go back in. That's the first that's ever happened, okay? That's a weird thing. Let me save it for sure. Let me unblur it. Alright. Because he said, I don't want to call it the all-female Ghostbusters, but he says, with all the marketing, it's all that they're pushing, so I have no choice but to call it that. So he makes it clear that calling it the all-female Ghostbusters at the time, because it was still Ghostbusters 2016 before they relabeled it as Answer the Call. So he made it clear that when he was calling it the all-female Ghostbusters, it was not of a derogatory nature. It's simply what only thing the marketing gave him to work with. And then he said, most importantly, a trailer is a sampler. If I don't like the free sample, I'm not gonna watch the full movie. And he made it very clear that his motivation was non-political, it was solely from an entertainment point of view, and he was a big fan of the original. And he felt that it wasn't going to give him an experience that he liked in terms of enjoyment. Again, not one-to-one, but just amount of enjoyment. And that's why he did it, because he made it clear that it was a non-political thing. It was a firm reasoning. He didn't call anybody a villain or evil, he just said, it's just not for me. And that's why, because he's such a rational position, and the only people went crazy were people who were just die hard about 2016 or the agenda. Those people have probably never seen the original Ghostbusters.
What the hell?
The internet is pure emotion because here's what was it that Bo Burnham said in his song "Welcome to the Internet"? get interested in everything all of the time, a little bit of everything all of the time. Apathy is tragedy, and boredom is a crime, anything and everything all of the time. You go to a Discord server and it's not fucking moving, that's a crime. You're bored as shit. That's true. Wait. I want to go to the dining room. I think that's where it's coming from. The dining room's actually the other way. My bad. Let's check. Whoa, that's cool. The painting here, I think it's a little different this time. Last time live Joe was getting authentic views too, yeah. Yeah, because James didn't want to become a Geeks and Gamers, an erotic critical drinker type reviewer. Yeah. Because here's the difference between those guys and James. James wants to create. But think about it, James isn't the most amazing guy ever when it comes to his creativity. His AVGN film is not the greatest film ever. In fact, it's got a lot of fucking problems. He wrote a book recently, and the book reviewer I shared, he reviewed it and he said, look, this book's not bad, but you're charging me more for like 100 pages than the Five Nights at Freddy's novel is. And Five Nights at Freddy's is like giving me like $12 and 200 pages. You're charging me like more than that for like barely 100. And he says, and the rating is clunky. And he says he can tell that James is a screenwriter who tried to write. And it's kind of like, and the commenters commentated saying that James should improve, because if you can quote-unquote feel bad controls in a video game, then you can feel quote-unquote bad or clunky writing in books. But it's clear that James is trying to adventure onto what things he likes, but like a lot of people, he doesn't have a lot of expertise or practice. It's like the guy who tries to make a comic book right away, but he's barely learning how to draw, he barely has an idea, and you know, he doesn't have a sense of direction. So if that happens, and you try to make a comic book, it's not going to come out well. But James actively wants to create in a positive manner. He's not just creating to replace things. Like, I'll probably explain after this cutscene. Let me mute myself first.
Well, well, look who's here. To my dear husband. Here's to you.
No, here's to you, Victoria.
That is joke. I mute myself after the slurp. I was like this. And you're right, Alejandro, you are right. It's about 100% why these big channels are as big as they are. Because notice, these people don't have a solution. They just complain about the culture all the time. And they complain about, like Red Letter Media is my favorite example of this. Because these guys pushed forever to get rid of George Lucas from Star Wars. Because they felt that he ruined Star Wars. And now here they are, like, saying the Acolyte is still better than whatever George Lucas made. When if it really, but my question is, why are you covering the Acolyte for Star Wars if in your mind the original trilogy is the only Star Wars that's needed, barring a few games and comic books? If it's going to go past it, or still technically a prequel, I forget which it is, why are you covering it? Is your obsession with Star Wars so great that you're like a coke addict that has to snort a line of it every time and it's barely mentioned or offered? What was the point then? All these nerd-rotic geeks and gamers, they complain about the same thing. They tell people move on from DC, and they still talk about how bad DC is, and so it's like, what's the point? James' book isn't great. His movie isn't great. His AVGN is a bit shoddy ever since Screenway took over the writing. But he's making something. He's not trying to be like, oh, I can just replace this classical thing by being a diet version of it, or I'm just trying to be, you know, this thing, but not suck ass, be quality or politics. He generally has ideas he wants to make, and that's why AVGN's attempts, James Rolfe's attempts, quality aside, are still more endearing to watch, because you can tell that there's passion. And that's one thing that people really wish that they had still. But it's hard to when everyone loves, when it's much more fun, and get, sorry, not more, when I say fun, I mean like people want vindication for like like, yeah, I'm glad I never got into that series. I'm so glad because it was always terrible. And yeah, I'm like, okay, yeah, you may be vindicated in that regard, but it doesn't change the fact that, well, that's one less you get IP'd. You're gonna get funneled into another fucking IP. More Gremlins fan? Came out the same summer weekend? I saw Gremlins and Ghostbusters like in my teenage years. I didn't see them as a kid, so my respect and appreciation for them is different. I don't like Ghostbusters 1 as much as everybody else does, but I like Ghostbusters 2 more than everybody else does. And Hammer G, welcome. If James is seeking to improve himself a little Empress Teresa, that is a writer who does not want to improve his craft whatsoever. Very true. Crimson Rogue covered him, and Crimson Rogue legit sits on the throne of novels. And the amount of posters that man made. I mean, to be fair, there is also one person who actually commissioned him to review his book. And the Crimson Rogue's like, I gotta be a bit more gentle here, but I'm still gonna roast the shit out of this book if it's bad. Click on the shackles, see if anything else happens here. Puppies outside? Jason Modern, Ed Wood. Heart, passion, soul for what he does. Correct. The groups who claim to be against race and homelessness and supposed to be fighting over an issue to actually solve it. Correct. And to go back earlier about the games being good, because you have people who want to fight this shit, and then again, they're the ones who make this goddamn awful criteria list of like, a game just can't be this, it can't be that. But they don't tell you what it should be. They only say what it can't be. Like, you can't have this kind of protagonist, you can't have this kind of plot, you can't have this, can't have that. And they don't, and when you, it takes, it's like Minesweeper. But Minesweeper actually is more forgiving and has consistent rules. Frederick Nuxon, oh yeah, the Down the Rabbit Hole guy. Alright. Time for some bedroom action. Let's go. So I see the whole anti-woke bullshit years ago. But that's the thing, Crimson. I think a lot of these people, honest to God, legitimately started. They started off as these people who wanted to do the right. Sorry, they wanted to do the right thing and they wanted to stop this woke stuff. But then they realized that they were making a lot of money just covering it. And then they switched stance. Because not every... It's like Scarface. Again, I'm only saying it because I mentioned it a lot on the stream today. He didn't become a coke dealer because being a coke dealer was, an amazing job. He only did it because no job was hiring him, and he wanted a quick buck. But when he saw how much money they were giving him for how little he had to do, he gladly became a dealer. Because it was just so much more. He took care of his sister, he took care of his mother, because the pay was good. But if Honest Day's pay paid him better, and gave him more security, he would have taken the Honest Pay's job. That's how it is. Like, all the people who complain about like, I'll using Kara because there's less political baggage behind this particular example. With Thinkara, he was a comic critic. He is a comic critic still, you know what I mean? But what happened when he tried to make the Lightbringer the biggest fucking meme comic out there that is basically the Empress Teresa of comics? He learned how hard it was to make a comic. And you saw, like, the formatting's not great, the plot writing isn't bad. He fell into every single trap. Red Letter Media, same thing when they made their independent film, fell into every single trap. It's always easy to critique. It's harder to master. Not just because you need the technical skill and know-how, but it's always easier outside looking in. Because, yeah, I could tell you, you know what I mean? Don't make your video game play like shit. But if you have to program the video game and you can't figure out how to make it run smooth, because there's this crazy coding technique that you need that you don't have access to, or you just don't have the level to, you're gonna just leave it as is. And you're gonna hope that you can pull a fucking New Vegas where it just gets tolerated.
What is this?
Super Nintendo RPG book got canceled over an argument of Twitter on YouTube? What? But we'll get any royalties stepping back. I followed the internet, but my book won. Oh, and one but my book. Oh. Ooh, dragon.
Dragon will lead the way.
So dealing with Chinese vampires, and I'm saying that only because we haven't played fucking. I still have to try out Sleeping Dogs again. I still have not tested that thing. It runs fine, but I haven't tried it with the streaming software. Okay, Alejandro said, sorry, Hammer says, can't you think it should be treated as a guideline instead of let someone try something?
Oh
Avoid it.
Secret panel.
And miss those who do it right. Correct. The problem with this is that people have this weird expectation that if it's just good, or you're talented enough, or whatever the fuck, people are going to understand you. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I'm going to get into a little bit of a rant here. Apologize if we go a little bit unhinged. But I'll use Ratatouille. I'm deliberately picking. I know Alejandro doesn't like this fucking movie. But the point is, there's a beginning scene in the movie where Remy's like, "No, Dad, I want to cook. I want to eat good food." And Emil's like, "Good food," and then the dad's like, "No, shut up, son. Eat your garbage." I learned this from most people. Most people will watch some shitty thing like fucking Shape of Water. Is that what it's called, Shape of Water? And they'll lump it in their same head. The frontal lobe was those MCU films, and they'll lump it into with a classic like Terminator 2, because in their mind it's all just good shit. They can't separate it. They can't compartmentalize that big area. It's just one big fucking thing. It goes in one ear, so in one eye, out the ear, and then they're done. Same thing with books. For people, comic books, people just read them and throw them away. It's why they're disposable. Music, people don't care about cooking, but they'll care the food shit. But it's like this. If I ask you about a good story, right, and I ask you what happens in it, and you say, I don't know, that's not a good answer. If you ask a chef, what's in the food, and they say, I don't know, not a good answer. And so on and so forth, you get it. How with everything, how do you drive the car? It doesn't have to be under the hood, but how do you drive the car? For some people, if you're like racing and you want to modify a car, under the hood. But you don't need that. You really don't. For most people, because that's how it is. Most people don't care about under the hood. It just has to make sense the way that they think it should make sense. It's why AC/DC and Taylor Swift are going to sell a fuck ton more than Iron Maiden and Dream Theater. Or better yet, why Travis Scott, why Travis Scott is going to sell a fuck ton more than Goblin. Because, as talented as you heard this morning Goblin was, and how crazy all this shit is, it doesn't make sense the way music, quote unquote, should make sense. And that's why people who aren't into strange things or don't mind unorthodox things, they're going to put it down. They're going to go back to Taylor Swift records. Because, it's not about if it makes sense. It's about if it makes sense the way you think it should make sense. And then this goes to entertainment. Because everyone has... Oh, fuck. Please don't kill me. Right. Because everyone has a way they think it should be. Like, for example... I really want to talk about The Mist, but I don't want to spoil it. It's a film I think that's really worth watching. But it's a film that I think that as a horror film, it's amazing. But it goes against that whole humanity oorah spirit. For some people, what's the point of having a story if there's no humanity oorah? Conversely, there's people who think that Nightmare 3 and the Omen, the third one, are the best horror films simply because in their mind, the creator of the universe can defeat evil. But I'm like, why can't I have a horror film where that doesn't happen? Where it is futile, it is bleak, it is hopeless. Essentially like War of the Worlds, but without the ending of the aliens dying. Because sometimes the scariest thing is realizing that it is game over, a perpetual game over, and there's no way to bounce back. You know? Okay, did we forget something in there? We use the word fun, get out of here, Suckman. Oh yeah, Jeremy Johns covered that review. Said, yeah, good production, but writing-wise, it's kind of clunky. Seems easy because it's a gacha. Exactly. Gachas for some people are fun because it's free way to kill like some time on the bus or whatever. One-handed gameplay because you can't. You're standing on the bus with your other hand up. Or the train. For some people, they don't want that. Some people hate one-shots for comic books. People love long comic books. Habit was a cool idea, says Omni. Probably too many little cartoons could be really childish. Very true. See, and that's fine. See, if you don't like it because of that, that's completely fine. But how many people turn down Has-Been because, oh, what if God was evil? You know what? Again, I sucked this thing's fucking dick was a couple months ago. The Mandela experiment? The Mandela catalog, sorry. Where Gabriel, or the God, again, those angels that come after you. The guardian angels aren't guardians for humanity, they're guardians for the beings above, and they take you away, become your double. That actually made me go, what the fuck? That was something I never thought of, and it was... That's why I love that thing. It's so dark, it's disturbing. It makes me question and think, and I love that. But a lot of people would just turn down that idea because it questions too hard. It's like in what was it for vampires? Vampires can eat babies. But you'll always see them by grown-ups and women because it's just easier for people to process. Because nobody wants to see a vampire just suck a baby's blood out and it just dies and its bone just rattle. Nobody wants to see that. Unless you just want to see it. There's a point where music has to be like a certain rhythm. Music has to sound a certain way. Your vocals can't sound like this. You can't sing about this. Your food can't taste like this. And it comes to a point where it's not about talent. And when you start realizing it's not about fucking talent, but about convincing someone to temporarily accept your worldview, even if it's on that tiny little fringe of mutuality, that's how you get asses in those seats. That's how you sell tickets. That's how you sell comic books. But most people don't want to accept it, or they can't figure it out. Because Gotcha's designs and Giants ones are boring because they do exactly what I just said. They pick the most safe, boring designs with big boobs and it sells a fuck ton of money. Because ultimately, that's the easier thing to do than write a compelling character who's morally gray. And I know that's not what they're going for, but just as an example. How to help me what people thought 90s South Park was. Yeah, think about that. Some Uncle Fucker from South Park has more maturity than fucking Has-Been. That's a fucking miracle and a half. I think I gotta go back. I think I messed up something. Okay, yeah, I missed it. Okay, I look back here. I missed something. I pulled the wrong lever. The lever's supposed to go the other way. Therefore, hindsight's always 20/20. It's easy to get my free to play hard because I have exclusive characters without paying for them. See, okay, that's a fun reason. See, you get the exclusive characters for free. That's the reason why you can convince someone to play it, because like you get the good shit without having to give them money. To fill up this character, what people think South Park is. Yeah, that's exactly what it was, and that's why the whole plot of the movie is that they're going to be executed. You know, wait, that's the wrong one. No, wrong one. Back outside. Back in here. Not the bathroom, no. Shit, where's it? Try again with the dragon. Hopefully I'm gonna fuck myself over. That works, okay? Okay, let me see where I messed up at exactly. Better come down here. It's fine. Get in there. Grab the lever, right? Is there a button there? Okay, there we go. Second elevator. Hindsight fires behind us now. Yeah. Bigger, longer, uncut. Yeah. Here we go. Here's where we gotta go. Because you can do everything right, and people still won't like it. There are people out there like who Iron Maiden, they did everything right those first 7 albums. There are people out there who don't like Iron Maiden. Conversely, there are people who can't get into Metallica or anything heavier than Metallica because it's too dark for them, too crazy for them. Let me come back here. Let me just say, so if I fuck up, I can just load faster. Because I think there's a button in this room here. Okay, we're stuck there.
It's too far. That'd be a long jump.
Yeah, South Park, when they were on top of the satire game, and they had a point they wanted to prove. It's why with their film, they literally have like all the curses you can have possible in a film before getting slapped with that NC-17 rating. Because they tried sending that first film the first time with the NC-17 rating, and it got an NC-17 rating. And then they redistributed it through Paramount. the exact same film with no changes. And they got the R rating. Again, the exact same movie, exact same content, but independent release, NC-17. Independent release, NC-17. Through Paramount, R-rated. The exact same film, language, and everything. So musicals are lame and gay. That's another thing about it. That's exactly what I mean there, Crimson. So you can do everything right and be wrong and still be wrong.
From the other side.
Because the thing with musicals is that you have to convince someone that a musical in its nature is acceptable. And everyone's different. For you, musicals are lame and gay because those people do shit musicals where the musical will stop the flow and the pacing to put the song in there. While South Park understands it because, you know, either one of them or both of them actually majored in stage production with a focus on musicals and understands the musicals are supposed to help progress the story. Now, could you make a good musical? Of course. But it's easier when the majority of them are shit to just throw the whole thing away. But that's how most people are. The same way you don't like musicals because most are shit, because if the musical aspect or the way that there are a lot of people who exist out there who they will throw fantasy away because there's no such things as dragons, no such thing as elves. And that's hard for them to buy into. And that's why superheroes are the most sci-fi that they're going to be willing to get into. It's crazy, but not too crazy where it breaks the imagination and suspension of disbelief for them. And that's the hard part. You have to convince someone. All it takes is 1 or 2 tweaks and you can win them over. But are you willing to do those 1 or 2 tweaks depending on what it is? And I know a lot about this because my fucking dad was one of those people who was like, it just seemed like you could never gauge what the fuck he was going to like or what the hell he was not going to like. Creativity, unreal limitations for the hard work of that kind of movie. That's kind of the other thing people don't understand. The people are like, let him go free, let him go nuts. But it's like, no. The best creative types will make it under fucking limitations. AKA, you as a creator will have to say that you can never use 100% of your power. A lot of people say that Simpsons should have ended at the movie, at the very latest. And that was the original plan. But the problem is that it's like the horror films, like H2O and all that shit. It made so much that they couldn't get rid of it. And that's why we're having a Simpsons movie too, because it's the 20th anniversary of the first movie. Fairly Odd Parents had 3 potential outs. I don't think they had 4. Because they had Abracatastrophe, they had the School's Out musical, then they had Fairly Odd Baby, they had Channel Chasers, and then, if you want to count it, they actually had the Wishology. If you've never seen Wishology, he actually gets to kiss the girl he likes, Trixie. So they had 3, 4, maybe 5 outs, depending on how you count it, but yeah. They had 3 to 4 outs to get out of there. On a high-ass note, Abracatastrophe being the latest one. Sucker Punch? Oh yeah, Sucker Punch, yeah, that's what happened when you give, fucking, what's his name? When you give Zack Snyder free control. But think about it, that's why Zack Snyder, when he does 300, Watchmen, when he's adapting something that someone else already wrote for him visually, that's his strong suit. And like Chris Stuckman, he's a great visual director, but he's not a great writer. And sometimes you have to accept that you just either have to work super fucking hard on your craft, or have someone who can supplement your weak points. But are you willing to accept that you are not good at something and you need someone else to do that job for you? Are you willing to accept that? Wishology, in my opinion, is where it should have been, was their last out. That ended there would have made sense. Timmy kind of grew up mature-wise. He didn't lose his fairies quite yet. He had got to kiss a girl of his dreams, implying they could have had something together. And it actually would have been fine. If they kept going, though, there actually is one other way they could have ended it out well, but unfortunately the producers were just too stupid. Or at least too tunnel vision and too panicked to see what was going on. Alright, get out of here. No Second God Kid, no, the dog. Trying chasing World War II with the tail guns, yeah. No dog, no Second God Kid. Of course. They were just all there for 1 episode, right? Ladder. Yeah, I saw how it should have ended. I'm not sure. I mean, like, I think 10 would have agreed, because I agree with 10 being a good ending spot. At the same fucking time, though, unfortunately with these shows, it's always a case of you never know it's gonna go to shit until it's too fucking late. That's the problem with these things. Because in theory, you could keep going and going and going and going and going. But the question is, do the people change? Let's see. So we're still here. Okay, we're close. We're close. I think it's back here. I think it is. Let's see if we can go back out of here. The not Vincent Price poster. I hate highlight the multiverses. Sequel series did take Pooh make them good. Tell me it was fucked. Yes. The levitating alcoholic.
God, look at you.
Did you drink the absinthe?
I don't care anymore. I just don't care.
Hit him on the head.
I'm going to bed.
All right, we got 2 chapters left. So what I'm gonna do, I'll play the cutscene, and then I'm gonna use the restroom, and hopefully I'll be back by the time the cutscene ends. Hopefully it's a long cutscene.
Hmm. 9:20.
Dawn?
Adrian.
Are you alright, honey?
Yeah, I just hit the whiskey a little too hard last night. That's all.
Dawn, let's leave. Please. We've got to get out of here. Look what this place is doing to you.
Leave? Leave? This is our home, Adrian. We can never leave this place.
Dad.
Oh, what do you want?
Hi. Yeah,
I don't care about the damn phone.
I'll get out of here as soon as I can.
All right, fine. Get in here and fix it. And then you leave.
Son of a bitch.
catch up on chat, and I'm back here. I hate Minority's my water park. Yeah, Kenny dies in the piss tsunami. So unfortunately, I had to spin off a Santa off the rocker with the stories. I completely agree with that, especially since Trey and Matt admitted they just got tired of writing for the boys. They should have just made the thing. But I get it. There was no way in fuck they could have pulled it off with the network down their throat. Because if I told you we're going to stop making stories about Stan, Cartman, Kyle, Butters, and all that crew to focus on Randy Marsh, you're going to get a series. It's going to make money, but it's not going to make typical South Park money, you know what I mean? You have to do it the main way. To let the network aren't breathing down your throat. Otherwise, that show would have been canceled in 1 or 2 seasons because it would have made money, but not the same money that regular South Park made. It's how it is, and sometimes that's the hard part. You can have the amazing passion and focus, and then sometimes that shit just changes and drops off for some reason. Sometimes you change. Sometimes the world's the same and you change. Sometimes you are the same when the world changes. That's just how it goes with the game. See anything else cool with the mirror now? So probably would have been Bazinga, but yeah, exactly. It should have been like Young Sheldon. The fact they gave him a prequel was pretty but it's gonna be popular. From the original, like Persona and Nier. Here's the difference though. How many people who like Persona, especially 4 and 5, and Nier Automata, or Automata as you say, have actually bothered to play fucking Shin Megami Tensei proper and Dragon Guard beforehand? It's a lot easier when your shit is big. Yeah, exactly. Most people didn't play that shit, by comparison. Yeah, but that's the difference between being that and essentially being the highest rated show on Comedy Central, where they're paying you billions for your contract for these next few seasons. Billions with a B. Because Paramount is so scared because they have nothing else to work with. They don't have Fast and Furious like Universal does, even though that sequel's in production hell, because they want to film the last movie, but to make all the cool effects happen is going to be pretty damn expensive, and Universal's like, yeah, you got to find a way to cut the budget somehow. And Vin Diesel's like, well, we cut the budget, we're going to disservice the fans. We can't do all the cool stuff, we can't close all the storylines. It's wrong to make the fans and screw them out like that, you know? And but Universal's the only IP that they've got because their fucking Dark Universe failed. No? Yeah, at least when they got popular, Dragon Guard and Megami Tensei got looked posthumously. And what happened? We had Shin Megami Tensei 4 on the fucking 3DS, and we were supposed to get Fire Emblem Cross Shin Megami Tensei, but instead we got that the Tokyo Mirai one, where the Fire Emblem people like J-Idols. It was not a bad RPG, but I really wanted that Fire Emblem versus the Shin Megami Tensei 4. That's the game I wanted. That's the game I wanted, even though we only had a teaser trailer. Conceptually, I would have wanted one a lot more. They can't call because he burns money. Correct. With the right marketing budget, a lot of great media can be successful. That is very true, but also expectation. Like, think of anything Kojima has done. What's every time they make a new Kojima game? It's never a new horror game, a new psychological thriller, a new adventure game. It's always from the man who brought you Metal Gear Solid, and it sets that expectation up because that's the best marketing that they've got. And I'm not talking about like if the games are good or bad. I'm just saying the damn expectations. You said, like how when you see Steven Spielberg named, you have associate with fucking things like E.T., Jaws, and all this other great shit up until the early 2000s because that sets an expectation of quality. All right, let's see if there's anything else down there. Kojima, Police or Snatcher. Yeah, the only people who actually know of Snatcher and Police Knots are, ironically enough, his biggest haters. Because they're like, oh, Kojima was better when he made these two games. Funny how that works. Or like, what was it with M. Night Shyamalan before he started going off his rocker with A Lady in the Water? Or arguably Signs, depending on how you see it. Yeah. Depending on those two films, yeah, Shyamalan had the same thing. Just his name alone set a good expectation. Then afterwards, it set a bad expectation. Because the hardest part for marketing is how big your marketing is. Final Fantasy VII was one of the best examples because they marketed that shit up the wazoo when it first came out. And that's why when Remake came out, you saw a similar degree of marketing with how crazy everything got. all they had all the annoying adverts, all the annoying crossover, all this and that, because they were trying to replicate that same marketing success they had when that game first came out in order to get the same amount of money. Actually, that reminds me, let me get the fucking fortune cookie. No, this was even popular to hit the PS1, correct. Because part of it was also that the MSX version of it, of Metal Gear, the better one, is the one that nobody plays. For some reason, everyone is still so fucking adamant to play the more buggy, more difficult NES version. When the MSX version fixed a lot, I didn't have a lot of those problems. But I guess it's just because it's the easier one to fucking emulate, even though they have it on those anniversary collections. Back to the Future, Gremlins, Into Space, Super Mario Rabbit, Tiny Toon Adventures, Animaniacs, Indiana Jones, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, you're right. When Rebirth came out, I barely heard about it. Yeah, because Rebirth is a fucking sequel. Because people, it's...
Evil is here. Find your salvation.
Evil! Evil! Evil, evil, evil. These only go and leave us behind, huh? Not necessarily. Things can be good now, but the thing, at least my personal opinion, is that things that are good now and later aren't always the same. They can change. What can be amazing on release can still be good years later. Things that are good then could be shit later. Things that are shit then could be good later because the context has changed. You know? What's a good example? I asked a guy I know. He thinks Mario 3 is a bad game because Mario 3 is a bad game, he says. Because you can't do save state in that game. Because how long Mario 3 is. But I'm like, but it was completely possible to beat that thing in one go back in the day. So was it really bad for that reason? Maybe it was... You never know. Everything's different. Everything's different. Like, what's another good example? Shit. Because part of it will eventually divulge into where's that goddamn... Where's the ticket machine at? Because it will eventually, past a point, will turn from... Eventually cross line from quality to just preference. Like, do you prefer tank controls? Some people love them. And they love the over third person, even if they didn't grow up with that, because they just like it. They feel it adds atmosphere. Some people can't fucking stand it, and it has to either be third person shooter or it has to be a first person game. People actually look at the surroundings. Correct. You're right about that being on the surroundings. But does the lack of save state, because of the length of that game, does that make that a bad game automatically? Yes or no? That's the question I'm asking. For people like me who love platformers, grew up with it back in the day, it's not bad. I love it. But people who got used to save states and fucking everything, it's gonna be a bad game for them. And that's all it is. It's not even the gameplay. It's just a fucking save state.
Have never been attempted before. The incredible Carno will defy death. In this, his newest feat, featuring the horrifying throne of terror.
What are you doing, Marie?
Why?
I saw you with him last night. Admit it, you're still seeing him, aren't you?
No. You're out of your mind.
We have all been waiting for. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible Carno!
go to hell.
There actually is a way later in the game you can see what that impact looks like with all the gore and everything. It's crazy. Okay, for chat, answer your question. Oh, sorry, we said about Claudette, Monet, Mozart weren't recognized until they were gone. Well, you have to remember, Mozart was also very unorthodox for this approach. So when everything has a standard, like at the time you also have Bach, who was like the god of classical music because he did the whole Baroque thing, which took from church music before them. And Mozart's like, nah, let's bend the rules quite a bit. Like, he was like the equivalent of jazz back in his day. Like, he's bending the rules, doing this, doing that, and all that. When you go outside the phrase, it's hard for people to convince things. You know what I mean? And for answer your question, Alejandro, Mario Bros. The Wizard was a game about video games, and when they went to Universal to make it, Universal actually called Nintendo for permission to license the product. And they said, yep, and they even gave them permission to use Mario Bros. 3, which only had been seen in Japan prior to that, the year before. So as far as the Western world is concerned, unless you caught those 2 gaming issues that have covered it before, which were like very small articles, you got to see Mario Bros. 3 firsthand on the big screen. Strong statement about controls being outdated. Outdated to people just being complaining about their preferences and shit. That's really what it is. Because there's a word between outmoded and outdated. Outmoded means it's still a viable option, it's just not the new standard. Outdated is when it's just horrifically clunky. So third-person fixed camera, that's outmoded. It's still good, it's just not the standard anymore. Outdated would arguably be, I would argue, would be the passcode system. We have to input the letters and things manually, because your saving tech nowadays is so good you don't need it to remember exactly your location and what weapons and the amount and everything. That's just my take on it. Alright. She's stuck? Okay, that's new. Motion controls are outdated by modern standards. But to be fair, I think motion controls were always going to be somewhat outdated, quote unquote, because once you made the controller the standard, you were never going to undo that shit. I would agree with you. We must have control because of more accurate controls ever since. That is true. At the same time, though, you've been using the controller since the fucking 80s. That's 40 years of controllers as a standard, whether it be the old Atari or the Nintendo. And unless you make a new kind of way to game, but from the ground up, like Steel Battalion, where you have to use that big-ass controller, most people are not going to want to adapt. We've been stuck on that PlayStation 1 controller for how many fucking years now? Shakespeare about his gang violence. Bring me my daggers! And these are just 2 fucking flintlocks. I love it. I'm playing on both rounds as he echoes as he fucking dies. I love it. It's so fucking good. Oh, wait. I think I forgot something here. Okay, check there again. That puppet always slightly gets me. I'm like, half the time I think it disappears. No. Rat noises. Can I take that Carno poster? I'm wondering. There's probably the classical bullshit. There is, but yeah, that's one of the ones where I kind of didn't understand why they chose to update the aesthetic, but not the language. On the stage? Oh wait, sorry, on the stage. Can I go back over here? There's a little thing there, a little door. Only here? I feel like I'm forgetting something, like... I'm gonna click this fucking vanity one more time. There's gotta be something in here. I feel like there is. No? Weird. I feel like there should be something here. While looking for left-handed control, right-handed movement controls for game. Wait, left-hand control movements, right-hand action controls for game. Let's start from arcade owners missing their cabinets. Good handicap. Version 3, the third, but it's World War II. Was that the one that actually has Sir Patrick Stewart in it? No, sorry, no, I'm thinking of Macbeth. That's the wrong one. Get the hell out of here. Something tells me to go to that 4th floor. Or here, actually. Let's see. Later, Omni. Check there. Check there again. Nothing in there, I'm guessing.
The ring. It's gone.
You didn't take it earlier?
Who could have taken it?
Alright, that's the thing I missed. I have to go back to all these rooms and see like anything's changed slightly, like in here. Oh, that mirror back there. Okay, gotcha. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Gotta just find all these portals. An intense, fiery passion. I can't tell if that's her or not the same actress.
I'll see you downstairs in a few minutes, darling.
Don't be long, Angel.
As we speak, Snick is doing the World Championship with a 100K prize for Art of Fighting 3. Jesus, man. we have to go back in the trap room. That's probably the key then. On one hand, I don't know what to think. I mean, Chun-Li to be crossing over makes sense. At least more so than Mai to Street Fighter, because at least Chun-Li actually makes sense because she's not only like the big female face of SNK, she's also like one of the top viable players that competitive players also fucking use. But at the same goddamn time, it's like, you can't get super mad and have high quote-unquote standards, and all it takes is for Mai or Chun-Li to cross over and Mel is forgiven, you know? Like, what's the fucking point of bitching about and complaining about all this stuff if all it takes is just one guest character for you to forget everything?
Angel?
Yeah, it is Garutuya.
Where are you? Gaston? Gaston?
Yeah, it's retarded. These people, like that's part of the reason why I also like talk about like just all what you need about just being able to cross over, not like tiny parallel. Like, we hate the Saudis, we hate new Capcom, but you put the one right waifu woman with the right costumes. When I go to Danbrewer to look up images of both Chun-Li and Mai, you don't know how frustrating it is to see that Chun-Li is now listed as a King of Fighters as a Garu character, or how Mai is listed as a Street Fighter character and a Dead or Alive character and a, you know, Fatal Fury character. It's like, oh my god. This is all it takes to get out of jail free card? Is that all it fucking takes? Is the bar that fucking low? Yeah, at this point, just have the SNK and just have the SNK and Capcom waifus crossover at this point. Don't even bother making the Street Fighter 7. Time to touch again. Better than Chun as a Fortnite character? Yeah, to be fair, then again, Naruto's in Fortnite. There's no guns and anything there. Bro, Family Guy got in Fortnite. The buff Peter Griffin. Actually, found that was most searched up thing on Pornhub. And because she had better proportions out the box than the than Chun-Li's Street Fighter 6 teaser. But then again, they've been messing up Chun-Li since 5 in all these teasers. 5, Infinite, 6. Let me save here. So the beginning, shit. Okay, so I really need to find that thing in this house somewhere. I'm gonna try that secret room. If it's not that secret room, I'm gonna go back to the theater. That's honestly not just the big problem. I mean, when you're as big as Chun-Li, or worse, like Morgan, where you're like bigger than your entire fucking franchise. I will admit, I do like Sakura in Fortnite. Like her model, at least. Let's check in here. I don't think this is it. Wait, wrong room. It's the one right here. No pictures or anything here. The window again. If anything changes. Trying to find I think we have to find a visage of him or something like that. I think the picture. I think it's supposed to be, you know, in the theater, but again, I might just be like, I haven't learned anything from Cyrus. I probably should just go to every fucking room and trigger something to happen. Okay? Oh, okay, that thing's still there. It's not a new baby thing. Alright, let's leave. That's not it, no. Street Fighter extremely valuable? Exactly. And that's kind of the other thing about it. Like, people complain about, like, oh, people need, to just censor all the women. And I'm like, well, on the other hand, you can make these fucking, like, waifu bait games that are so popular they want, maybe because I'm a paranoid Dead or Alive fan, but I've seen what happens if you cater to those guys too much over your main fan base. You can kill your fucking IPs. But we have It took forever for fucking Ninja Gaiden 4 to come out, and we'll probably might have to wait another 2-3 years for another Dead or Alive game, if even that. Because the Extreme Beach games and the new dating sim, they're gonna make a fuck ton more money because you can actually enjoy the growth without having to pick up a fighting game. But that's just the nature of fighting games being fucking niche, you know. Check his desk in the office. Yeah, just maybe a paranoid Dead or Alive fan. Let's check the drawer one more time. Oh, it's that letter we read already. Oh, shit. Let's just go back to the fucking. Let's go back to the fucking the theaters this way. Hopefully it's there now. If not, I have to look up what the fuck to do because the order. Because there's a door on the stage here, but I don't know if it's the door they're talking about. I feel like there's more back there, but I'm not sure how to get there. Yeah, there's gotta be something I'm doing fucking wrong then. Oh, the hat. There we go.
Carno and Malcolm.
Malcolm?
1997.
Bad controlling fighters out there. HP is less functional the game gets. Gal fighters, MPs, GPs have fun at death. Arcana is still one of the best games ever made. Fuck number 3, bro. With haptic feedback, guess? Ooh. Yeah, imagine you have to play a fucking FPS with that shit on. You feel like you get shot. How did I miss that? It's stupid little shit like that. Fucking look at that one picture. Look how much progress we made with one fucking picture. Time for us to confront Malcolm in the hellhole. Let's go. Let's go. Where we at? Let's figure out. Let me actually see the picture of him in here. Oh. I joined Arthur if it ever plays someone who knows how to play that game. Okay. Now, hopefully, our husbando will not be mad if we take out the Carno. Oh, it's daytime. Gee, I didn't realize that. I don't know. We could confront Malcolm now. At the same time, I'm like, maybe we should check up on them in the barn, maybe. See if they're still there. Mwah. I guess not. Too hard to the game to thrash me accurately. Now I'm thinking, you said I'm thinking of those two Russian guys who were doing the fucking wood spoon game, and the second guy had his third friend hiding with the fucking fly swatter. Is Malcolm X the Double Tucker and he's in the middle? Not sure. It's this way, right? Wolfgirl Felicia with the firehammer, so many waifu various knights around the table with dwarves, Snow White on their shoulders. It sounds just like Castle Crashers, but they commit to the fairy tale concept.
Yes? What do you want? Well?
See the pausing here? That's when I can interact with them.
Here, I wanted to give Malcolm this old photo. I found it at the Carnavash estate. It's a photo of Malcolm and Carno. See what's written on the back? See Malcolm as a young boy. Please, you've got to let me in to see Malcolm. It's important.
Sandy death, sandy death. Corpses all
Just
the
a
way.
minute.
I was creating the most attempt not attempt at making fate, knowing his nonsense are creepy.
Malcolm will see you now.
She's like, picture. In. Do they communicate by grunts? Like, like cavemen and shit? Trying to emulate, yeah.
She is here, Malcolm. Set.
Shit's a sleeper hit. Holy shit! Yeah, he does look like the creeper.
I remember posing this picture. I was just a young nipper of 10. Carno was my hero. Then,
Your hero?
yeah, I know what you saw in this picture.
Saw?
Yeah. The evil. It's back.
And my husband?
It may be too late for him.
What?
Young lady, sit down. I have something to tell you.
You're mine.
Carno and his first wife adopted me. At that time, he was a good man, respected by his colleagues, loved by his wife, admired by his audiences. But all that changed when he got the book. He gained immense powers through contact with the Black Forces.
I can hear the Sultan.
Through the book, he unleashed a demon, an entity so evil it had no name, no worldly description. This thing came to possess Carno, audience saw. Carno became like it. He became very powerful, and his fame and his wealth increased. But he was cursed. He had loved his wife Hortensia and their baby daughter. But all that changed. He became abusive. I don't have proof, but I believe he killed them both. I believe he killed all his wives.
But Malcolm, what happened the night Carno and Marie died?
Carno's final days came when Marie took up with his prop man, Gaston Warwick. Obviously, Marie suspected Carno of committing terrible deeds with herself as his next victim. Together, Marie and Gaston hatched a plan. He had a new act, an amazing feat of escape. But Marie raped the machine. Carno couldn't escape. They figured it would kill him. It almost did. For 2 weeks, Carno lay in a coma. But then, one night, he awoke, swearing revenge. I saw Carno drag an unconscious Gaston into his theater. There, from within the secret passages, I watched as Carno tortured and mutilated the poor man, leaving him for dead. Then it was Marie's turn. Totally crazed, nothing but pure revenge on his mind, Carno started up that god-awful machine, that awful contraption, and before my very eyes, I saw Marie die. I'll never forget the look of shocked surprise on Carno's face. Poor Gaston was dying. This was his final heroic act. To my horror, I then saw a demon. That's all I know to call it leave his body and disappear through the theater floor. I knew where it was going. Carno knew it too. My only thought was running away, but I hesitated when I saw Carno going to the same place the demon had gone. I rushed back to the hidden passages just in time to see Carno carrying the chest which held that evil book. Then, just before reaching the chapel, he stumbled and fell for the last time. I saw him cross himself in the Catholic way before dying. I think he was trying to make his peace with God. I picked up the chest containing that horrid book, and I assume the demon itself, and carried it into the chapel. I really don't know what I thought I was doing, but somehow I felt as if I were containing this cursed evil. I had hoped forever. After leaving the chapel, I then dragged Carno's body back to his secret chamber, where he now lies.
But wait, Carno's not in his tomb?
No, that is Gaston Warwick. He was so mutilated that they all thought he was Carno. I said nothing. I let them think what they wanted.
And what about the demon?
The demon? Oh, that's why I agreed to talk with you. Somehow, it must have been released.
Oh my God. Dawn. What can we do?
The only answer is the accursed book. Oh, with it, you've got to send that thing back to where it came from. Back to the other side. You have seen the book.
Yes.
I thought so. All right, young woman. You're the only one who can do this. Your husband's soul is ensnared. I'm not sure what I can do or what can be done for him. But if you can somehow get close to the demon, here's what you can do. You'll need the book, a holy item, the stone of Hammurabi, and the blood of a sentient being. Now, take take the book and...
I didn't click on anything. The cutscene just ended that way. Okay, so we have the Son Hanarabi, I think what the hell this thing is. Oh, it's a brooch. Holy item, the blood of a sentient being, and one more thing. We're fucked. We're totally fucked. Remember the loose adaptation of Phantom of the Opera where Mickey Rooney haunting on multiplexes for revenge for him being fired? At what point can we stop saying it's like even close enough? Carno the Phantom Magician of the Opera? Probably. I don't think the fart was that bad. Could have been special effects, you never know. He was imagining the fart. From the sweet embrace of death. Okay, let me save this here. The last chapter is going to be the tricky one. Because I think that's the only chapter you can die in. More doggos? Check where you found the opera video that was uploaded yesterday. It's Carno with a C, not with a K. Good apple. Since you can't park, you can't even leave the car. Oh, jeez. Before I go back in the house, I want to check that crypt way in the back there. That crypt's this way. If there's anything here I can grab. We should use the keys here. Because we're going to have to find a way to get here. Because you can see there's like an opening. Try key here. Okay, key's not turning red, so we can't interact with it. Nope. 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 Ain't it? Alright. Guess not. We'll have to probably do that next chapter then. Phantom of the Megaplex? Oh my god.
Okay, Adrian, you're all set.
Great.
Phone's in and it works just fine. Why don't you go ahead and test it?
Okay.
Called the Amber Lamb.
Mike, I want to apologize for Don again. Just hasn't been himself lately. I mean, normally he's a very nice guy. Really.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. It's no big deal.
Sounds so depressed.
You call me if you have any trouble, okay?
I will. I sure will, thanks.
Well, I said that part a bit too loud. He's embracing his inner Brad Dourif, and I'm all for it. Literally, that with no blood splatter, that's a clean kill. I'll give him props for that. The last chapter. Alright, continue. Let's... Looney Tunes laugh. I'm all for it, bro. I love it. Ah, damn. It's almost convincing enough. Almost. look, coincidence has Steva Ellens as Luann, the antique store owner. No, that might actually be Stella Stevens. It might actually be her. Oh, that's what I have to fucking do! Oh, I forgot to talk to the fucking store owner. She has information for us. Okay, if we can leave this night, we'll walk into town and get some hints. Because the OG professor from Percent Adventure, I think they might have gotten her intentionally. Like, oh, she wants to volunteer, let's put her in here. Mustard Clown over there. Oh, Mustard Clown is catching it because, let's face it, you're about to get grilled.
I can't go like this.
What's wrong with your heart? The sky's blue outside. It's beautiful.
I gotta do something.
Okay. Let's see if I can leave. If I can leave, we'll ask the store owner. And we'll see if we get Stella Stevens. Hopefully it's not like I leave the room and the goddamn horror begins. Like, perhaps as long as I don't go in the theater, we'll be okay. I guess not. I clicked the main door, I didn't click that side door. This isn't gonna work, is it? No. Okay, we'll do that. If we can't, why would it be out of plastic? Alright, so we'll do is that if we can get it to escape this house in this night, which probably looking like the case, I'll just reload at night 3. We have to go to town to get some Drano, and then we'll just go to town there. Let's come down this way here. Yeah, it won't let me fucking leave. I couldn't. What do you think, Chad? Should I go back and check day 3 now and then reload day 7, or no? I forgot. Let's finish this first, and then we'll check afterwards. With Miss Rogo. So we stuck in here. What? Go back down. Go back down. I want to. Okay, the mouse clicking works. So, is there no fortune for today? Guess we're stuck here then. Pennies. What else do I need? Oh my god. Alright, I'm a feeling that the moment we see our boy, he's gonna be crazy shit. So let's just go back up to the 3rd floor and start, like, collecting things. It's a tower grind. Wait, what happened here? That wasn't like that. Inventory too full? Is that what it is? Why can't I pick that up? It looks like I can. Yeah, I know this game is probably some sort of weird backwards order to pick this up. So it looks like I can pick it up, that's the thing. Yeah, I could pause for a second, like it's very if I have an item or not. Shit. I'm wondering, why can't I get that? Is the brooch just like get rid of this thing? Like, I'm probably gonna need that fucking piece of shit later. I think I do need it. Okay, let's just try to go. Just anything else in this room I can get. Guess nothing here. Yeah, that's not what I'm needing. No. I guess not. check the secret room here. Probably have to put the brooch with some other item here. Like, look here carefully again at this thing. Nothing here. Come through. Let's check the... Why get this place mixed up? I need to check that crypt for the last thing I think we need. No, if we start off here then. Come this way here. We'll play Malcolm's caretaker. Was on Malcolm in the middle. Oh my god. What the hell is this thing here? Feels like some... Just cigarette butt normally? Ah, damn. Okay, I need to find my way back here. Come through here. Make that bag will block off point. What's that? Oh, the bottle. Right. Absinthe, the essence of wormwood. I can't take that with me. It's like come through here. Get out. The chapel. How do we get to the chapel then? What the fuck? Oh right. His office. His office has the chapel with a fucking brick wall. Right. That's where the book's at. I forgot it was here in plain sight. Okay, first of all, let's get this thing here. Okay. We need the box, right? I think we need the box. We need the book for sure.
What the hell?
So we get the box, the holy item here. It's gonna be two things. So if that's the case, then we can what do you think? It's things like this that make me wonder if I'm clicking the right thing, if it's just like a certain number of clicks. Because you saw with Cyrus, I had to click like 4 or 5 times. Get the book. Ah, shit. Alright. Take the book with us, okay. The first thing we need, at least just a page that we need. Get a holy item.
Look at this. This must be Carno's family tree.
Oh, that's not it either. Fuck. Any holy item I gotta get here? I mean, since we got the holy item. Wait. What was that? All right. I'm gonna put save it here. Just wait here. Way back up? We gotta go back down then. Shit. Because the way to the crypt is here, right? I'm trying to find out which one. Did I fuck up? Oh god, see me. Right here. Why was the console version of this of Sega Saturn exclusive? I have no idea why it was exclusive. Alright. Okay. That's not it then. Can I go back that way? Okay. I'll just circle back. It's not too far to get there. There's something in the crypt that we need to get. We gotta get to the crypt, I think, through the church. Yeah, it's like a very specific spot we gotta do it here. Okay, I missed that big obvious arrow, didn't I? Let's see here. We started, let me come back here quickly. No, go back and go back. No, shit. Ah, damn it. Saturn does what? Nintendo please? What? Nintendo please? Let's see. Just wall here, wall here. Alright. Car crash. Oh, yeah. I think Cassandra would just want to be the experimental kind of thing. Like, yeah. Alright, we're here. Let me save here. Okay. Just get to talk about too much. It was on the Genesis 32X GameCube, the Dreamscape, and the console came out between the two. There's a very good reason for that. I'm use the restroom very quickly. All right, just give me a second here. 2 minutes. I'm back. So, Crimson Sail outside of Japan don't really care about the Saturn. The Saturn, the way most gamers saw it. Well, part of it also was that it was supposed to also be... Remember, the 32X was supposed to be the Sega Neptune, and then people were upset that they were going to pay for Sega Neptune, so it became a 3D item. And then people were like, oh, that's too much, it's like a new console. And then they found out the Saturn comes out, and they want the Saturn now. but it was not much better than the PS1, and then you also had the Dreamcast on the way. So it was either get a 32X and CD combo, or it was get a Dreamcast. That was just the most viable option. So the Sega CD had never existed, and they had just made the Sega Neptune, or the Saturn, essentially. That one would have been talked about instead. But then gamers would be complaining about how that's way too much money for console after console, like within like 4 to 6 years. Yeah, Saturn was only really good for people who, if you wanted to play arcade games with damn near emulation, that was arcade perfect. And even then, you had the Sega Dreamcast that did it way better. Carno. Alright. Okay. So I'm going to save it here because I'm not sure where that bright light goes. Pretty dramatic shot. Yeah, because the good thing about this game is that because it's very limited inventory, you don't have to worry too much about, you know, mouse simulation. Because there's some games like Five Nights at Freddy's that come up with mouse simulation using your analog stick, and it's not good enough. The cutscene, I can't do anything to interact with it. Like, you're just stuck here. You can't get through that. We got the holy item. That's good. We need the blood. We need 2 other things. What the fuck were those things at? Get out of here. Let me go upstairs and try to get that glass upstairs now. Pick it up, please. 8, yeah, it's a very big game. It's very big. But yeah, you saw she stopped for a moment, right? How it wasn't a smooth transition. It should have. There's something else that should have happened. Maybe there's an item I need, like to get rid of one of these items. I'm not quite sure. Can I get rid of these items? Like, make sure everything's right, because this last part, once the intensity ramps up, it doesn't go back down. And I mean like chase with point and click adventure kind of thing. I'm trying to think what else the fucking brooch can do, you know? The PAL to family conversion? Oh yeah. Okay, that makes sense. In here. Forgot the paintings changed too. Yeah, forgot about that shit, yeah. Because the fortune changed every day and the paintings change every day too. So
Head to the backstage makeup room. Find the snowman in Don's vest pocket.
what? That's not even a hint. I just told you straight up. That's not a hint. It's like, yeah, just do this, motherfucker. It's like, oh my god. It looks like last show we had to assemble like all the things before talking to Mustard Makeup Man, but no, we apparently gotta just fight him halfway through like it's the shinin. You mean shining? You wanna get sued, Lottie? You wanna get sued? Effort for 8 discs for effectively no pay. I mean, you just gotta love the project that much. I mean, if you think that this is the greatest point-and-click adventure game, and you want it in your region, maybe we'll just convert this shit. Alright. We have to go in the theater then. I'm gonna save beforehand because let me just. This is gonna be a doozy. Someone she gave in the beginning. I'm just concerned because I think I'm out of space where my inventory is concerned. I'm hoping it's just a cutscene and not like an inventory. What do we do with the snowman though? Like this I don't remember. Alright, let's do this. So would Dawn be like? If I remember, like he has that bathroom, the dark room in the second floor here, right? Which I think it's this. It's one of these rooms. It's not the torture room here. No, it's not this here. I don't know. Maybe I'm supposed to keep this. I don't know. Give me a sec here. Guess not. Well, fuck me. The game asks me to discard, I'll discard then. Let's go. I mean, we can't check if she's Ella Stevens. The game won't let us leave the house on this night. It's impossible. It won't let me give me the red signal to click on. So I'd have to beat this, load up a past night, like night 3, night 4, and then check it that way. It's not possible for me to leave this night. I'm stuck in this castle. There's no way out. I'll check it after we beat this. That's all it is. If I could check it, I would.
Like my work?
Oh my god.
A woman's body is a wonderful thing, but the head is useless. You're a very good subject, Adrian. You cooperated with me very well.
Wait. Part cutscene, part interaction. Everybody, just remember like what goes where. Grab the book. So you can click on. I guess not. Try again. Yes. I need to try that again. Okay, I clicked on something wrong there. Oh, I was supposed to click on the bottom part, I guess. Dragon Slayer did invent the QuickTime event. But to be completely fair, that was the point. Like a nice story with the dragon is boring. You know what would be fun? If we animated to see all the times that he could die and it could go horrifically wrong. So, and if you're going to be paying attention, maybe we'll pay to see all the funny animations.
Look, the snowman, remember this? Remember when you gave that to me? Please don't do this to us.
Hammer?
Please.
You have to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. It's a very specific order. Yeah, I gotta try that again. Okay, so it's... Oh, I see. Oh, you assholes. I have the snowman in my way and then I have to do... Snowman and then it's the lever, apparently. I can't see my cursor hovering, so I don't know where I am now. Use this. This is where a lot of the budge went, all the gore went here. Because I think there were a couple other kills that I missed.
Look, the snowman, remember?
Good to you have expired. It's a little more than just expired. Yeah, so the quick time event isn't too bad if it's with point and click controls. That's where it gets a little fucky, you know. Forget to throw micro checkpoints here, but I thought the pulley was a monkey for a second ago. Oh, was I supposed to click? Oh, I'm not supposed to click that way, am I? Huh. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like traditional, like the regular point and click, and not. Oh, the whole thing's just Dragon's layered. Fuck. Please. Try again, yes. Oh, that okay. Oh, yes, where it's gonna be. That's blocked, okay. The worst part is that you just pick one wrong click and you have to do the whole death scene again. When it's clear there's more than one way. She has enough time to run. Yeah, I think the switch to just this control seems throwing me off a little bit. Yes. Okay. Unless I have to like jump for my life, don't I? It would take too long to get you to. Okay. Okay. So I think we got this now. There's probably an environmental thing I have to click on. Okay. So. Okay. Hopefully third time's the charm. Okay. We go in there. We click right. Let's see. Oh wait, I just think I realized it. The pipe. I thought I was clicking on the gap because the gap is wider than the pipe. There's no mouse icon. Wait, click. I can't click on anything. If I die, I'm so upset. Well, I'm supposed to click on. There was no fucking cursor. Oh my god. Give me 1 sec here. How? It's the end of the game. How am I fucking up this badly? Alright. Run there. I pray it's not a specific spot on the pipe. I pray to God, isn't it? There you go, pipe there. What do I do then? I click on the fucking pipe. This is just like, can I click on this thing here? No, it's not letting me here. Hold up, I don't know what the fuck. Here it says click on the goddamn pipe. The pipe, maybe the pipe, her body? Near her, oh, near her. I didn't see that. The pipe near her body? I didn't see that, man. Let me see. Because it legit looks the same! Oh my god, thank you, bro. My mind is just one big ass hitbox. It's always moon logic. It's never fun. Like, this game was logically consistent, but then here is just... Lock the door. Book on the altar, let's go.
Oh my god, it's in Latin. Can I remember this? State intra circulum magicum. Let's see. Stand inside circle. Magic circle.
The explanation is that because he chose to do the black magic to get more money and fame, and he chose like
Ponete, fascinum, in paganum, apertum, liberi. Place, talisman, in open book page. Talisman?
There's two options we've got. I can try his body or I can try the brooch that I've got. Let's try him first. Yeah, that's why I was wondering for that book. The book that we're reading right now is the book he wanted to get back in like day 3 or something like that. Shit. Talisman on the book, okay?
Okay, now what? Stilate, sanguinum.
Oh no.
Humanum, superfacinum. Drip blood from a live, living man. Person. Over the talisman.
Oh god, I think I like to. You gotta be kidding me. No, you gotta be kidding me. No, don't do this to me. Don't you fucking do this to me. Oh, fuck. No, you gotta be shitting me. Conjure great demon with a 4th level spell that needs blood of a freshly dead body, so it checks out. It's not that you gotta be kidding me, it's the fact that I don't think I actually have the item to get it. I think that glass shard is what I fucking needed. Because I assumed you could use the rusty nail to get that shit. Like, am I that fucked that I can't skip and go back? Like, I would have to reload day 7 to get the true fucking ending? And I can't even hit that shit. 1 second here. Yes. Yeah. Oh, did I mean for that to happen? Oh shit, that fucked up. 1 second here. Oh, blur. 1 second. Okay, the game just... I don't know what the hell happened with the debugger or what the fuck I did, but, I borked the game up. Fuck off. Alright, so what I'll do, I'll get you that... Let me pull up the ending to Phantasmagoria, the final one, so you get to see what happened when you get all the fucking items, and I'm so sorry that this shit happened. Even when I fucking try, this shit... I always forget one item, but you saw it. The game would not let me pick up that dumb ass glass shard. I'm reading the walkthrough here. It looks like it's the glass shard here. 1 second. Yeah. It's terrible if this thing happened. Right, so here it is. Let me unblur it. Let me know if you guys can see it just fine. Unfortunately, it looks like I have, and it's that glass shard it wouldn't let me pick up. Footage by Nintendo complete, by the way.
Ite in fascinum sempiterum.
So the blood withing on the rosary, and then that goes on the book, and then we're set.
Fascini, claudite, ostium, mundi tenebricosi. And that was and is Phantasmagoria. Pretty fun game, pretty solid game. Again, that ending there at the end is completely my fault, but I don't know why the game wouldn't let me use the glass shard. It wouldn't let me pick it up. It probably must have registered something else like the nail being able to functionally do the same thing. So 1 second, I'm going to actually reload Phantasmagoria. I want to check to see if that is the ending from the original, the girl from the original Professor. Maybe later. Play. Her last pair ever ruined? I don't know, man. That phone repairman kind of looked like he was interested in her. The demons, well, the house is probably gone too, to be completely fucking fair. Because the game is old. Like I said yesterday, point and click adventures is the kind of things you unfortunately, let's just put Sheens. Start with day 3, when we just need to get that Drano cleaner. Yeah, but to be fair, I expected that. This always happens whenever I play these games, especially on stream. I always find a way to soft lock myself out. So we're just gonna literally just drive into town and see if it's the old lady from the little, I want to say Little Shop of Horrors, but it's clearly the fucking, it's clearly, Night Professor. I can't skip this cutscene.
Such a nice day for a picnic, don't you think, honey?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, you can tell this guy probably got the best paycheck out of it. I know the actress for Adrian, she was for like 10 hours a day for all the green screen shit.
Don, it can wait. You need to take some time out to relax. You're so stressed out.
I've got publishing deadlines. Can you understand that? You see, I don't get the same ass-kissing royal treatment your publisher gives you.
Don?
Sudden Adventure 2?
How can you say that? I certainly do understand deadline. Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing. It's a headache, that's all.
But
I'm gonna go lie down. Maybe you were right. Maybe I need some rest.
I'm just saying, what happened to me would be a hilariously dark fake out of horror thing of everything but the last items. Like, no! No! So the second guy then has to kill the demon while the first guy's a goner.
what was that?
I'm just gonna ignore Cyrus and go straight to town and just check it out quickly. I'm still, it's like, fuck, man. We were so close. Yeah, as far as I know, I don't know if there's any way you can actually toss an item from inventory. If so, I would have tossed a nail for fucking sure. Let's just go here. Take the car to town. Check again. Yep, the antique store owner, I remember. Because the general store is a dude, it's this way here. Dr. here?
Ma'am? Yes? Hi, I'm Adrian Delaney. I just moved here from Boston. I was wondering if you could maybe tell me...
Did you say your name was Adrian Delaney? You're not a writer, are you?
Yes, I am. Why do you ask?
Oh, I just loved your mystery novel, Blue Moon Rising. I couldn't put it down for a week. Can I have your autograph?
Yeah, sure.
Does the glove fit, Alejandro?
Oh, thank you. What's your next book about?
Oh, now you're gonna have to wait for that to come out.
Oh, fiddle, I was afraid you'd say that. Well, what can I do for you, Adrian?
Well, I was hoping maybe you could tell me something about the area.
Listen, I know everything that goes on around here. Like, I know you're the one who bought the old Carno estate. If you ever have any questions, I'm the one to ask.
Great, I'll do just that. Thanks,
Luann, only most folks call me Lou.
Okay, thanks, Lou.
Anytime.
All right, I'm glad we got you your answer here, and then we can like come here. Let's quit. Leave bookmark. All right, guys. Ending aside, what you guys think? Give me your thoughts before we close this thing up. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do tomorrow. Maybe we could do some fighting games, but at the same time, I could also do I don't know, some other horror games like the Dracula or the Frankenstein movie-based game for Sega CD. I think it might be fun to do, like a 2-for-1, to see how good or how bad they are. I mean, we don't know how Dracula is, but how about the Frankenstein one? She sadly passed with Alzheimer's a few years ago. Oh, that's kind of sad. One. Yeah, well, I hope you guys... Well, I think even though you guys saw me play, I think assuming you can get that glass shard at the end, I think it's a pretty fun thing to actually kind of experience for yourself. Yeah, there's a lot you could take from this. I mean, do not ask me for Phantasmagoria 2 Puzzle of Flesh. I do not like that one. The cutscenes aren't as fun. The puzzles are even more ridiculous, but in a less fun, endearing way. There's none of that gothic atmosphere. It's like very like late 1980s, early 2000s, and in my opinion, like, and it's not the most entertaining game to play. a lot quicker than Harvester and Sanatorium. Yeah, because Sanitarium and Harvester were made as games first, with then some Hollywood influence, while this game was paced more like an actual mini-series, more like that crescendo. So if Chapter 1 shorter, Chapter 7's longer, and 3 or 4 kind of slow, kind of long, depending on what tasks you have to do. And again, I made mistakes. So one flag probably would have been if I looked sooner. The fun of minus the ending gameplay. Yeah, that's the only thing. Is it turns to real quick time event. In that case, I would just prefer using arrow keys. Because it's only frustrating because the death cutscenes aren't rapid. It's you could clearly have ran and dodged. Okay, but minus that, I think it's still a good 6/7 of a game because it's fun to play. Blob the pet mouse. Nah, I'll just keep Blob's effort. Alright then, guys. I'll catch you in VC. If this is Shimo signing off. Take care and raise those fucking horns.